afternoon. Such a late start today. It's 9 o'clock. A little bit of a strong breeze as well. We're near Lancaster, we're at Conder Green. We're going to do an 11 miler coastal walk today. A bit of a break from the Lowland Fells. Even though it's cold, we're going to promise some sunshine. A little bit of cloud. So, some familiar sights. We've got a Heatham power plant behind us there. So we're just heading west in a minute, pick up the coastal path, and then follow that south, anti-clockwise, circular loop. So yeah, just trying to get my head in the game at the minute. A little bit of a shaky start, but yeah, we'll get into it all. So this is Cockersand Dock, and it's where the Lancaster canal meets the River Lune and ends or starts. And we're going to pick up the Lancashire Coastal Way, which is a national trail. Already, the sun is out. It's mightily cold though, it's about 5 degrees. Might not seem cold to many. But we're all laying up today. We're going to cross the bridge and then pick up that trail like I said. So if it wasn't so cloudy, you'd be able to see the Waterstone, which we were on the other week. Brook Fell, even Lancaster University up there, and Whernside, which is the big one. Another one. Some of these are very familiar. From Dunsop Bridge, Grisdale Head, Scorton Fell, Winter Hill, we know Winter Hill, but it's a little bit misty that way, a little cloudy. We're not seeing much. You can see Heatham power plant there, which is right on the coastlines. Yeah, so we're going to start following this way down now, south. We're going to follow the road, pick up our trail right on the water's edge. Yeah, weird weather today. So there's always a kind of settling in period when I start a trail. I don't know about you guys. You put your gear on, you get out of the car, you put your gear on, and then you've got to kind of warm up to the idea. Sometimes you feel a bit self-conscious. You've got all this gear on, especially if you're starting like there, right into an urban environment where people are going about the business. And because I've started so late, obviously everybody's up and about doing their thing. I'm pretty sure they're not interested in what I'm doing. And as I'm on a national trail, it's quite obvious. Well, it kind of plays with your mind, I'm going to be honest. We like being honest. So it usually takes a few minutes to settle in. It does remind me I need to be a bit more disciplined. Kind of got off to a shaky start this morning, running a bit late. I'm going to go up earlier. So, still back on the trail. Did I even say that? Did I start my trip without saying back on the trail? Playing like a pudding. that in the past sometimes floods at James's pool. And if that's the case, turn around and find a new route. So I'm hoping that's not the case today, even though we've had a heck of a lot of rain. So we'll keep going and see what the trail holds. I'm glad to be out of the urban bit. In the boonies, just crossing this farm line. Like I said, we'll pick up the River Lune and then south in a minute, if we can get through. Some big got picked clean. Oh, there's James's pool. And it is flooded, but I might be able to make it across. So somebody carefully jam the fence in so you can shimmy across. And then came up that way. Nice one, better than that. But yeah, it's kind of this is James's pool and then it floods into this little sort of spring. Yeah, not too much of an effort that. Nice, so there's a little, I don't know what that is, like a bird nest thing up there. So the first real colours, that makes sense, this year. Everything's been grey and dull. Now we've got a bit of sunshine, the green, the blue, it's just starting to come out. Looks like there's a bit more life now as we move towards spring. Yeah, can't wait for some decent weather. Back on the trail. No belly jabies. Chocolate peanut M&Ms. Well, not actually M&Ms. Bargain basement Aldi ones. Nice though. So this bit here, bit of land jutting out, is Sunderland Point, and I've got another trail, part of the Hesham, I call it Fall Out New Hesham, you'll see why, but that's another trail. Got some great stuff down there. It's got Sambo's grave, it's got Sunderland Point itself, which is this little knot of houses out on the edge of the land. All this is the River Lune. So we've done this side of it and we've done the other side, but I haven't done a video for Sunderland Point, but I will do that eventually. This ancient looking weathered thing out there, I can't find any details about it on the web. Anyway, either way, we're heading south, back in the groove now, quite happy. Woo! I'm amazed at how much the bowl and fells we can see from here. You know, to think, just the other week we were on top of that looking this way. Right, ferry out to sea there, which is obviously beyond towards the coast. Just moving along slowly. Quite cool. So we're going to head to the remains of Cockersand Abbey. You can just see it now. And the last time I was here it was a lot sunnier and a lot warmer. So, nice little ruins. Wow, it's blowing a gale. of the Abbey, just there. So we're going to make our way around that way. We'll have a look at it. See all the old ruins, the old walls here, and a dilapidated farmhouse with a burned out caravan. Majestic. I like the plaque there, if you read any of it. Garth the Hermit, a hermit of great perfection. A guy after my own heart. Built in the 1100s. Not all of it, you can see that some of it's new additions or recent additions. The roof and the guttering. Obviously this part clearly was. Cool. Don't know what happened to the farm though. Bit of a blight. We'll still be running some capacity. Where's the sheep? There was cows last time, sheep today. So, leave the Abbey behind. Carry on down that way. Oh, the sun's blinding you. Yeah. Just kind of hidden out of the way. Doesn't really, I mean, it's on the Lancaster coastal path, so if you're walking that, then I assume you'd see it, but not really well signposted or well known. It's just sat here, even weathered. I like that cross though. That cross seems to have been up there for quite some time, been blasted by the sea breeze. Still going strong though. Chockums. Aldi's finest. So at the time of recording this video, in the second day of the Ukraine war, where Russia moved swiftly into the Donbass region and then seems to have launched out an all-out offensive on the Ukraine itself. And the last I checked this morning, the fighting had reached Kiev, the capital, and was quite severe. But the fog of war being what it is, it's hard to get a kind of true understanding of what's happening, because we're fighting in the 21st century and soldiers and civilians all have mobile phones, and there's clips and footage coming out of the battlefield. It's quite surreal, but the problem with that is it turns the whole thing into entertainment. And I know I've got one friend who loves following it all, and I don't necessarily think because he's a news buff, I think because he finds it quite entertaining. It's just baffling, it's bizarre. We've just come out of the virus, Charlie Oscar, Victor, you know what I mean, Indigo Delta. I'm not good on phonetics, so if I've got it wrong, don't correct me. Let's call it Charlie Victor for short. 1-9er, and bam, just as the restrictions were all lifted on Thursday, old Vladimir Putin decided he'd play his Trump hand. So, yeah, weird and strange times, but let's get through this turnstile. I really do need to come up with a better name for them. So, that's where we're at, 2022, who'd have thought it. And again, I posted on my Instagram a Bible verse. It was, you know, do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. This is Jesus speaking in John's Gospel. And for the Christian, we're just not fazed by this. We shouldn't be. It was all laid out in advance. Jesus in the Olivet Discourse, it's called, when he was sat on the Mount of Olives. he'd said something quite shocking to his disciples about the temple at Jerusalem being levelled, not one stone on another, which did happen in 70 AD, another sort of 30 years after Christ's crucifixion. And the disciples were kind of shocked, and they're like, well, does this mean it's the end, and what will it look like at the end? And Jesus warns them straight away, saying, no, you know, don't fret too much. There'll be wars and rumours of wars, earthquakes, famines. Well, these are just birth pains. This is like the contractions before the birth. So we're not bothered, we're not fazed. We know who's in charge of the world, and we know who's in charge of the universe. We know he's got it all under control, so we don't panic. We actually begin to look forward, because the end is even nearer than it was before. So, yeah, Putin will do what Putin does, and it's nothing new. I mean, imagine standing at the beginning of World War II, hearing that Germany had invaded Poland. Imagine the terror. I can't even begin to imagine that. Shedding layers. It's actually warm with that sun, and the breeze has died down. Not wearing my pilgrim jumper today because I knew I'd get a bit too warm. So this is quite lightweight and get rid of it quite easily. But yeah, sun's nice and hot. But it's mainly the breeze has died down, which has made it so much better. But I love caravan parks. Spent a lot of time with the kids as they were growing up at havens in Wales. Got a lot of fond memories, so I do like when I see caravan parks. I'd love to live on one, to be fair. I like the caravans, they're really nice on the inside. I like the whole community, the whole park idea, getting the kids ready, go out at night. It's quite cool, a lot of good memories. But yeah, I don't know why you'd come here though. What's so special about Cockersands? I don't know there's much to do during the day. I suppose there's Morecambe nearby. So we're still heading south anyway. Following the Lancashire Coastal Way. And we're going to head west, we're going to head east in a bit. Pick up a road into a few villages. And then we're in farmland all the way back round once we're beyond the halfway point. Done about 4 miles now. Just heading to the halfway point. I've still got these great views of the fells. Brilliant. Brilliant. It's good so far. Really happy with the choice of route. I did have another Bowland Fell one planned, 13.5 miles, but wasn't quite feeling it today, so I think I've made the right choice. So it just came back to me now, and there's a seat at the end of this road where I had my break last time. Might even get some pictures up if I can find them. And that's where we're going to have ours, I think. Car coming up behind me. Just get to the end of this road, sit down, have a brew. So I was down there, and I thought I'll come up and see what's on the other side. I can't remember. It's kind of a letdown. But an educated guest tells me that this, obviously being so close to the River Lune and the marshlands around it, this floods all the way up to here. And you can just see the line of sort of washed up, looks like straw, we'll call it flotsam debris. So the river must flood at times and get up all the way to here, and this acts as a sort of barrier to stop it carrying on into the farmland that way. Imagine all that flooding. It's quite a lot of water, that. So, living at the caravan park, they must have another way out. I can just see our bench coming up, so we're going to have our lunch. We're going to have a brew and a bicky there. All trails have this kind of seating arrangement. Oh, brew time! There's Vicky. Belvita. Not just a normal Belvita, they're dry. It's got to be chocolate one. Yeah, I've no sandwich. I was ill prepared this morning. This is a busy little junction. There's people coming and going. I think the Black Knight parachute paragliding things down there. Another one. But they're all struggling to find it, I think. Wind's picked up again, as you can tell. Halfway. Good biscuit. There's some good biscuit right there. I reckon so. So yeah, no butty this morning. In fact, the whole day's eating's been ruined because I went to the gym and that didn't go so well because some guy decided to sit on the machine for too long. I literally got sort of 3 sets of exercises done and he was still on the same machine I needed. So then I did that. I keep hearing people behind me. And I thought I'll treat myself to a Mackey's because it's payday. And I asked for pancakes, eggs and sausage. Got pancakes and eggs. Don't know what happened to the sausage. Oh well, be right. So, I'll probably get something on the way home. I'll just wait for tea. I don't know. I'll see how I feel. Right, all packed up. Got about 15 minutes. Had a break, check the feeds. And we're heading that way. Let's boogie. We're approaching Hillam Farm. We're heading to Cockersand itself, small village. I've got 2 routes on the map. One's a path that cuts the corner off. If I remember last time I got halfway around, realised I couldn't get through. Whether the farmer had changed it or not, I don't know. So we'll stick to the road as per and hopefully find that village. And then we're into farmlands then. I don't really remember that bit, but we do pick up the Lancaster Canal for a short spell as we head north. Sun's still shining, still warm. There was a lot of road walking, I spared you. So, heading into Cockersand now. I remember it because of this garage here. It looks abandoned, but probably isn't. And that'd be interesting because there's a doll in one of the dodgy Land Rovers, and I took a picture of it last time. That doll's still there. I'll laugh my head off. So yeah, we're going to carefully get down this road. There's no pavement. And we're just going to follow the highway code, get into Cockersand. Yeah, they've all gone. That'd be a heck of a repair weld job, but the doll was still there. So Cockersand was just literally a one pub town, probably classed as a hamlet, I guess. I don't know. Nothing there, no shops, no nothing. I remembered as soon as I saw it. So we're straight on the bridle path. We're heading northeast now to Berry's Head, which is a small hill. If I remember rightly, it was the place where I had one of the most peaceful breaks I've ever had, in this little patch of woodland. And then we walked through a cornfield, if it's the same trail. So we'll see. We've got a bit more road to walk. Chickens still looking, and Bowland Fells off in the distance. Brilliant. Yeah, it's getting a bit cooler now. Sun's getting clouded over, as you can see. So I'm still quite warm myself. So we're approaching the 8-mile mark just as we hit Lancaster Canal. We get a little bit of canal walking. It's quite peaceful. Let me just squeeze past you guys. Oh, there we are. You got some big horns on you. You're gorgeous though. Cows can be considered gorgeous. Over good. Muddy field. Hard to believe all this was corn the last time. I mean, as tall as I was. Whoa. Obviously, crop rotation. It's now grass. Fodder for the animals, I bet. Put some nutrients back in the ground. I have no idea, I'm not a farmer. But, oh, we're just going to head to this pylon. If I can bog my way through. Look how bad it is. A lot of rain came down over these last couple of weeks. Various storms. So the ground's sodden. I'm going to go through a gate here and then scratch and pass straight across to the next gate. All public footpath or public bridle way. Hear the zing of the power lines. So yeah, plodding on. So I led down on that because the sun was steaming that day. Just such a peaceful little place, but obviously the locals have decided to do the same thing. Sun's back out, scorching me. Right, it's taking some slogging getting through this, but it's not deep mud, it's just mud. So over there's a church spire, we're heading in that direction, pick up the road. Yeah, sludge and slurry, nice. Only one field closer, heading that way. Last time it was all gravelled, so whether it was laying hardcore down. Weird, it's maybe a year or so ago, I think. Anyway, that's where we're heading. Just slogging through this mud, which thankfully isn't deep, like I said before. Slogging on. Couldn't have asked for better weather. Could have asked for better weather if it had been summer, but as far as this time of year, good weather. Got a bit of a sweat on. Thinking about lunch now. I parked near a cafe, as you saw from the beginning of the video. I feel like a cup of coffee and a sandwich might be on the cards. Anyway, still plodding towards the 8-mile mark. Oh man, I've been tramping through mud and then you hit solid ground. It's like, oh. Right, there's our path. I'm glad it's not too warm, I'd be sweating. So we're going to slog up there. I keep getting distracted by my feeds. People keep messaging me about the situation in Kiev, and the Russians are going to expect to have taken it in the next 72 hours, probably quicker knowing them. And now the president is asking for terms of peace. A little bit late. Churchill once said, you can't negotiate with the tiger when your head's in his mouth. It's a sad situation. I wonder if Churchill actually said that. Come around the corner, there's a country estate. Very nice. So down there, you can just see the canal and the bridge. And we're nearly there, we're going to go that way, pick up the canal for a little bit and head on northwards. It's all well and good having full signal on my phone. I'm getting really distracted by messages now. I keep stopping every 5 minutes, which is giving me a bit of a boost. I had a little chocolate bar, a little brownie bar, Mo Farah. 90 calories, 90 calories bar. Alright, how much? Just a snack. Horses. And yeah, I keep reading the feeds. Trying times, trying times. So I want to get down there, and that's tempting, but I ain't climbing the fence to do it. So no, we can carry on this way, go down at the next bridge. As I often say, I do like a good canal walk. Always guarantee the straight path for the toe. They call it tow path. It's always nice and flat and straight. But yeah, as you can see, busy little canal. This is Goldgate, heading up to Skew Bridge. I'm going to carry on and then break off to go through some fields. Not take the road path I took last time. See if we can get through a couple of fields. It's a shorter route. I think it's the original one. I think there were cows in it last time, so I'm quite confident there won't be this time. But we'll see. At the risk of it turning into a death march, I thought I'd sit. Because you rarely get a chair on a canal path. Unless somebody's put one out. So 5 minutes. Feet a little bit tired. I think mostly because of the mud. It's everywhere. So it's making for quite the scramble. But our little breakaway path's coming up next. So weighed the bag this morning, came in about 13 kilos with the belt and 2.5 litres of water. It's a good weight, that. Good preparation for long distance walks where I'm up to about 20 kilos comfortably. Ready for a brew. So we're off the canal path now. I'm just heading along this public footpath. See why I changed it. I can't really remember. I'm sure it's to do with a field of cows, but I'm pretty sure we should be alright now. We'll see. Or I'm going to look like a complete idiot and go, oh, that's why I changed it. Anyway, beats walking on the road for the time being. Also gives me a place to answer the call of nature. I assume that drum went in there. The last person hasn't done it. Yeah. Yep. Sheep. That's a good sign. Well, the farmer had cows, but they're in the barn at the minute. Got to even give him a thumbs up and make sure I was following the right path through his farmland. I do prefer to do that, at least get a feel for how the farmer feels about me passing through his land. Get really polite, really cheery. Anyway, one more field to go, which I suspect is the one I'm thinking of. Let's hope we can get through. And yes, it is. So this field here was full of cows, and they all congregated around the gate for the pedestrians to get through, and I couldn't even get through. I had to go all the way across down and then back, and I literally threw myself over the fence because the cows all swarmed me, so it was something interesting. So we're all good. So we go through this one, through the next one, and we're near enough back at Conder Green, the car, the cafe, Can't. Lovely weather. Blessed with some sunshine after a few weeks of heavy rain, sleet, snow, the whole 9 yards. Now we got some good weather. Makes me excited for spring. There we are, back on the road near the pub. Just going to come round Conder Green to the car park. Oh, a lot of mud on them boots. But credit to the Solomons, held up. No water got in, no real slippage. Yeah, really happy. The Stork, that's the pub's name. Oh, well guys, back at the car. And as I came round the corner, I remembered that even last time the cafe was closed. And I suspect that cafe never opens. Gutted. But anyway guys, that route worked out alright. Wasn't as exciting as some of my other routes, I must admit. Didn't quite bring the views. But still, a nice 11 miler around Conder Green. Got in the River Lune. We kind of covered some of the area of Lancaster. So yeah, not a bad day out. Great weather though, wasn't it? Absolutely fantastic. Really did wish I brought a sandwich. Now I'm going to have to risk a Mackey's on the way home. Give them a second chance, considering they messed me up this morning. So anyway guys, I'm going to make sure that even if I didn't start this video properly, I'm going to end it properly. I'm going to go home, I'm going to get cleaned up, and I will see you next time back on the trail. Well, it wasn't Mackey's, it was the King, the Burger King. Got some of them there chili cheese bites, double whopper and fries. Some good eating. Reckon that's some good eating.